Hello friends, welcome. Just because I was a bit unhappy with the performance of these Acqua Di Gio clones, so I have the clone for Acqua Di Gio Essenza. I managed to buy a sample from eBay. I paid for this £5. Just because this sample didn't arrive on time, I decided to buy an Essenza 75 ml bottle. Was just about £200. So when I was just about to pay, I tried to pay, and for some unknown reasons the payment didn't go through. So I tried 3 times, the payment didn't go through, and I decided just to wait, and next day the sample arrived. So this saved me actually £200 roughly, and let me tell you why. As I said when I had the review for Acqua Di Gio Parfum 2023 Essenza is back, I said actually I was very right, because Acqua Di Gio Parfum 2023 it's 90-95 similar to Essenza. So trust me, if you have Acqua Di Gio Parfum 2023 and you have a good batch, you are just good to go. You don't need Acqua Di Gio Essenza. Trust me. Let's start with this clone. So I have Acqua Di Gio Essenza clone, Acqua Di Gio Profumo clone, and Acqua Di Gio Parfum clone from Parfum Parlour. I want to start with performance because they are all having kind of similar performance. So when I first buy this, the performance was longevity about 3 to 4 hours, and the projection was quite bad. But I decided to take my time, and almost each day I was just spraying this twice, spraying this twice, spraying this twice. Even if I had another fragrance on, I decided just to spray on something. And as you can see, I use some of this fragrance because I wanted to insert oxygen inside the bottle, air oxygen inside the bottle, and help for maceration. The performance went a bit up, not by much, but I got around 5 hours and a bit longevity with better projection now. So still not amazing performance, but still not 3 hours and no projection. So the performance went a bit up, but performance is still down 30% from the original stuff. So for example, if Acqua Di Gio Parfum is lasting in total with skin scent 8 hours, the clone is lasting about 5. So roughly 30% the clone is down on power. At the start I wasn't a big fan of this because the opening of this, it's not like the opening of Acqua Di Gio Essenza. So Essenza is smelling more natural, more pleasing, while this one is just aquatic with kind of a strawberry note, you know. So I'm not a big fan of that strawberry note, if I can call it like that. It is a difference there. In a dry down, it's getting better now after a month, but when I first sprayed this wasn't very good. So now it's a bit better, but in a dry down it's getting a bit similar. If you are looking to buy Acqua Di Gio Essenza, actually I rather suggest you to go with Parfum 2023, because first of all you have an Acqua Di Gio, it's original, and I bet you can find this on a discounters, so you can pick up this 125 ml bottle for a good price. The same story I have for Acqua Di Gio Parfum. So the same, I'm not a big fan of the clone because it's smelling different in opening. I still got that strawberry note, you know. It's in opening it's kind of mess. They are getting kind of similar in a dry down, but just because of the performance 5 hours, I don't really suggest you to buy this. I rather suggest you to go with the original. the last one, we have Profumo, so sweet water. From all these clones, this is the best. So if you are looking to buy the best Acqua Di Gio clone so far from Parfum Parlour, Profumo clone is the best. It has the best opening from all these three so far, and of course it's not one-to-one with Profumo, because Profumo is just very nice, it's splendid, and you can pick up the incense. It's very strong on incense, it's smoky, while this one is very similar with the new Acqua Di Gio Parfum, because the incense note and the smoke is not so strong like in Profumo, and the same, the new Acqua Di Gio Parfum has those notes, but it's just a bit down. So if you are looking to buy the best Acqua Di Gio clone from Parfum Parlour, it's Profumo. If you are looking to buy Essenza, I know it's not on the market anymore, but just go with Acqua Di Gio Parfum 2023. I said when I just made the review for Parfum 2023, Essenza is back, and I had some viewers commenting and says I don't know what I'm talking about, and actually 2023 Acqua Di Gio Parfum, it's Profumo. Profumo is back and not Essenza. Also Jeremy says it's 80% similar with Profumo. So when I made that video, I was a bit risky saying Acqua Di Gio Parfum, it's actually Essenza and not Profumo. Everyone was saying it's Profumo, even Jeremy. So it was a bit risky because it was a statement. But I knew how Essenza smelled. I just remember even right now. And since I've got this, I can definitely tell you 100%. If you wanna buy Essenza, don't pay like I was just about to pay £200 for 75 ml bottle, roughly. Just buy Acqua Di Gio Parfum 2023. Also, if you are looking to buy Profumo, in the opening, the Parfum Parlour is not quite there. In a dry down, something like that is getting closer, but also the new Acqua Di Gio Parfum is getting closer to the Profumo in a dry down. Not identical, but very close. So it's hard to say when do you need to buy those clones. So for example, if you wanna test fragrances, if you wanna just test them, you don't wanna buy just full bottle and you wanna have just 15 ml, just you can have this, and from time to time you can just remind yourself how a certain fragrance smells. Also, it's absolutely worth it to go with Parfum Parlour if you don't want to spend £300 or now even more on Aventus Absolu. This is just amazing. It's one of the best, if not maybe the best clone from Parfum Parlour. It's one of the best. Still is not one-to-one, but it's over 90% the same. But I paid for this 50 ml. I paid £32, British pounds, something like that. While for 75 ml I paid £300. Definitely it's worth it to go with Parfum Parlour clones if you wanna test expensive niche fragrance. Also, it's worth buying Parfum Parlour alternative if you can't just buy anymore a fragrance if it's like discontinued. So Milan Encrypt is the clone for Armani Code Colonia, so in this case the same is really worth buying this. But designer perspective, I rather suggest you to pay just a bit more and go with original stuff. And remember, if you miss Essenza, don't buy Parfum Parlour, just go with Acqua Di Gio 2023 Parfum. That was my honest opinion about these clones, and for my subscribers which really waited for this review, I was really busy with the work, so I'm sorry for delay, but I just want to have like honest opinion and honest treatment for all these clones. So that's why I just don't want to rush things, because this is the right way to do it. Test it properly, and have review honestly. Take care of you guys. Bye bye.